Hey there, welcome to the Hot or Not channel, bringing you product reviews and the latest updates on video gear and new technology. Today we're going to dive into the DJI Osmo Action 4 camera. Now, the DJI Action 4 has been making waves in the camera world, and it's easy to see why with its 4K video capabilities, HDR support, and dual screens. It's a game changer for content creators and outdoor enthusiasts alike. But is it really worth the hype? Stay tuned as we break down the key features, image quality, stabilization, and overall performance of the DJI Osmo Action 4 camera. Let's open this thing and see what we have here. Definitely want to make sure that the dog or cat or small kids, if you have any, make sure they don't get that. I think we got everything out the box. Let's take a look and see what we have inside here. This looks like it's an accessories box. Accessories. Instructions, papers, and a DJI sticker, and a charging cable with a one of these things here looking for the DJI to be compatible with some of the GoPro accessories and mounts. Doesn't look like there's too much here that we probably couldn't figure out. Let's see what we have here. Another bag of accessories. Let's see what we have. I'll tell you what, they do a really good job at packaging these accessories and getting them in here into these little boxes. And most of the stuff is lightweight, so it's actually pretty cool. Let's see, everything, we got everything to fit. Everything has its place. We're going to go ahead and speed this part up so this doesn't take so long to do. Okay, and there we have it. We have all of the different parts. that come with it. As you see, it actually has its own cage that it comes with. Appears to be plastic. Well, it's well-made plastic, though. It's definitely a heavy-duty plastic. It's not something that's going to just drop and break on you. They put a million of these little stickers in every place, so we like to make sure we get all those off prior to using it. Let's see, I'm sure there's a nice cover screen here. Screen looks good. Everything looks good. And we have the accessories. We have this. We have the charging cable here, which we'll probably use shortly. I don't know if it's charged or not, but we'll check it out. Like I said, the DJI sticker, I'm going to guess that this is like a lens cover of some sort to kind of help with lens, but I'll check this out. We're not going to get too deep into what all of the accessories are and how to use them, but we did want to take a time to look at the DJI Osmo camera Action 4 today. It's time to find out if this camera is hot or not. The DJI Action Camera 4 has several key features that make it stand out from all other similar cameras, other action cameras on the market. Excuse me. First, one of the things that they boast is the 4K video recording. The Action 4 camera is capable of recording in stunning 4K resolution, allowing for incredible detail and high-quality video footage. This sets it apart from many of the other cameras on the market that may only have 1080p or 2K recording. Second is the Rocksteady 3.0 Plus stabilization. Now, action cameras, we know we want them to be, they get beat up quite a bit, and they're on skis, they're on bikes, they're on dirt bikes, they're on motorcycles, they're on helmets. So having the Rocksteady 3.0 Plus stabilization, the Action 4 camera features advanced Rocksteady 3.0 technology, which help to keep footage smooth and steady, even in intense, fast-paced action and high motion environments. This is a significant advantage over other action cameras that may not offer such advanced stabilization features. So I don't know exactly what your GoPros. I never had a GoPro Pro. I have the Action 2. I have now the, this is magnetic. I have the Action 4 here, which I'm going to give it a try. Okay. Slow motion and time lapse. The Action 4 camera offers the ability to record in slow motion and create stunning time lapse videos, allowing for creative and dynamic footage options that may not be available on other cameras. That's the third feature that it's boasting. The fourth has incredible waterproofing technology. The Action 4 is waterproof down to 18 meters or 59 feet without any additional housing, making it ideal for capturing footage in a variety of outdoor environments and weather conditions. Now, this sets it apart from other action cameras that may require separate waterproof housing for underwater use. You can add additional waterproof housing for filming deeper underwater. I believe the additional waterproof housing, should you buy it for the Action 4, will allow you to get down to about 196 feet or 18 meters or 196 feet underwater, which is unbelievably deep when you're using these kind of cameras. The Action 4 touchscreen interface. The Action 4 camera features an intuitive and responsive touchscreen on the front, which is right here, and on the back. The touchscreen interface makes it easy to navigate your settings, preview footage, and review captured content. This is a notable advantage over other action cameras that may only offer physical buttons for control and only a rear control screen. Overall, DJI Action 4 camera sets itself apart from other similar action cameras on the market with this combination of high quality 4K recording, advanced stabilization, options, waterproof design, and other user-friendly interfaces. And this thing is supposed to be able to use it almost right out the box. These features make it a top choice for enthusiasts or professionals looking for a reliable and versatile action camera. So let's go over some of the specs real quick. You can't see a whole lot here. I will do another video once I put this all together and get some footage using this particular camera so that we can see, test the different features that DJI is boasting on this camera. So the specs in general is a 2.7 1.7 by 1.74 by 1.29 inch screen. That's going to be this screen here. The weight is 145 grams. I'm sorry, the first one is not the screen, it's the overall dimensions of the general dimensions of the entire camera. That's not just the screen dimensions. The weight is 145 grams. It's waterproof to 18 meters, which is 59 feet, without the waterproof case. If you want to add the waterproof case, you can get 60 meters with the waterproof case, which is 196 feet. So I was right on that. I just had the wrong meters. There is a DJI warning before using this in water at any time, really, I would think. Before you use, close the battery compartment. Make sure that is closed. Cover the USB-C port cover and tighten the glass lens on the front. So you want to make sure that's tight. That's to help add to the waterproof abilities to this camera. It is recommended to install a waterproof case for long underwater shooting. Action 4 and its waterproof case has an IP68 waterproof rating. Do not use this camera in hot springs or extreme underwater environments, or let it come into contact with corrosive or unknown liquids. It has 3 microphones, 2 touch screens. Front screen is 1.4 inch, 323 ppi, 320 by 320. The rear screen here is 2 2¼ inch, 326 ppi, which is pixels per inch, 360 by 640. The front and rear screens are pretty bright, and it supports micro SD cards up to 512 gigabytes. Now, DJI has a recommended micro SD card list, so you want to check that out before buying a memory card. The camera sensor is 1 1/3 inch CMOS. The lens field of view is 155 degrees. The aperture is 5. Oh my God, I can't talk today. The aperture is f2.8. The focus range is 0.4 meters to infinity. The ISO range for photo and video are both 100 to 12,800 for the ISO. The electronic shutter speed on photo is 1/8000th through 30 seconds. For video is 1/8000th second to the limit of the frames per second. The max photo resolution is 3648 by 2736. The digital zoom for photo is 4 times. For video is max at 2 times. Still photography modes, you have single shot and countdown. You have standard recording is 4K at 120 frames per second, 2.7K 120 frames per second, 1080p at 240 frames per second. There are so many other variations of the recording capabilities that you'll definitely want to check that out when you get your book or your instructions. Just look into the camera as you may. Slow motion. 4K is 4 times at 120 frames per second. 2.7K 4 times at 120 frames per second. 1080p is 8 times at 240 frames per second and 4 times at 120 frames per second. Hyperlapse. 4K 2.7K and 1080p. You have time lapse, which is time lapse is 4K, 2.7K, 1080p at 30 frames per second. The intervals is half second to 40 seconds. The duration is 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes. Then it jumps to 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours to infinity. Stabilization is achieved by electronic image stabilization with Rocksteady 3.0. It also has horizon balancing and horizon steady. Now, the EIS is not supported in slow motion and time-lapse mode. Horizon steady is only available when using 1080p 16:9 or 2.7K 16:9 at 60 frames per second or below. Horizon balancing is only available when using 1080p 16:9, 2.7K 16:9 or 4K 16:9 at 60 frames per second or below. Pre-recording. There is a pre-recording duration. It's 5, 10, 15, 30, and 60 seconds. The max video bit rate is 130 megabytes per second. The supported file system is exFAT. The photo format is JPEG, RAW. The video format is MP4, which is 8.264 at HEVC. There's no built-in storage. You must use a micro SD card. So make sure you have your micro SD card so you don't get disappointed. And make sure that you look at that list to make sure that what you do is you have a compatible card. Because if there's any issues, you want to be able to call DJI and say, hey, I had an issue. And yes, I did follow these instructions exactly as you had laid them out for me to do. Audio recording is 48 kilohertz at 16-bit AAC. The battery type is a LiPo 1S. The capacity is 1770 milliamp hours. The energy is 6.8 watt hours. The voltage is 3.85 volts. Operating temperature is -20 to 45 degrees Celsius or -4 degrees to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Charging temperature is 5 degrees to 40 degrees Celsius or 41 degrees to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Operating time is 160 minutes. It has Wi-Fi protocol 802.11 A, B, G, N, and AC. Wi-Fi transmitter power is 2.4 gigahertz, 5.1 gigahertz, 5.8 gigahertz, and it does have Bluetooth 5.0. So what I'm going to do now is put this together. If you guys want to stay and watch me assemble everything, you're more than welcome. Let's see what we got here.